Back again with another YouTube video. It's your boy Uriah G. Today we're gonna react to 10 infamous WWE WrestleMania backstage stories. Let's get right into the video.
Why would you assume that there's a lake?
Alright, we got an advertisement to start off. Is this one skippable? Yeah, I think so.
There is an event where you're liable to see the biggest matches and juiciest storyline twists that WWE have to offer. And as entertaining as the 5-star classics, title changes, and other on-air happenings are, there is something to be said for the stuff that unfolds behind the scenes at the granddaddy of them all. Fights, fines, firings, and all other manner of things that keep the dirt sheets in business have gone down at the so-called Super Bowl of Wrestling. I'm Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic Wrestling, and these are 10 infamous WWE WrestleMania backstage stories. Join us. Number 10, Rhino loses the plot and smashes a pot. While WrestleMania weekend is typically a joyous celebration for everyone involved with WWE, Rhino certainly wasn't feeling happy about, well, anything at WrestleMania 21. He was unhappy with the direction of his career and despondent due to going through a separation with his wife, who was planning to move with their daughter to Germany. When his wife showed up at the Mania Hotel without their daughter, Rhino, who had been drinking, got very upset and a loud argument erupted in the hotel lobby. In the course of their shouting match, which had attracted the attention of hotel security, the man-beast picked up a very heavy potted plant and threw it to the floor, smashing it. He was sent to his room, but then blew up at Tommy Dreamer and John Laurinaitis.
Wait, so why was he even mad though? I mean, was he gonna spear the pots or something? Because isn't that his finisher?
And had to be restrained from going back downstairs. Rhino was subsequently taken off the road, and just days later, WWE made
He got taken off the road too. Wow.
the decision to fire him. He later acknowledged that even though he was going through a tough time, what he did was irresponsible and owned up to his mistake. Number 9, a Samoan shambles. It was very obvious in the run-up to WrestleMania 31 that WWE saw Roman Reigns as the guy going forward. The Royal Rumble winner wasn't exactly being embraced by the WWE Universe mind, with many resenting the fact that the promotion was pushing the big dog so forcefully. The expectation was that WWE would officially crown Roman by having him defeat WWE Champion Brock Lesnar in Mania's headline bout. Towards the end of a very compelling contest, however...
Yeah, I heard that Seth Rollins didn't know until later on that night. Man, if I was Seth Rollins, I'd be so happy. That would be like probably my best day of my life if I was able to cash in at WrestleMania and then win the briefcase, like interfere a triple threat, like interfere a one-on-one, make it a triple threat match. Not only did he lose against Seth Rollins, not only did he lose against Randy Orton, this man came out at the end of the night to interfere with Roman Reigns and Brock to cash in and win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Seth Rollins ran in and successfully cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase to become champ instead. This was a shock to everyone, including Seth, who was only informed of the plan shortly beforehand, and the many members of Roman's family who were there to witness what they thought was going to be his first WWE title triumph. According to various accounts, many members of the Samoan dynasty, who were also there to see Rikishi get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, were furious at the outcome. This included Roman's father Sika, who, per the Wrestling Observer newsletter, was looking to start a war when he got backstage. Luckily, the situation was calmed down before things got out of hand, because I wouldn't fancy the WWE's roster's chances, to be honest. Number 8,
I didn't know that the Samoan family was really mad about the outcome of the night, the show. So that's interesting to find out.
Snake slithers out. Jake Roberts was not a happy camper heading into WrestleMania 8 for a variety of different reasons. Outside of the ring, he was in the throes of addiction and suffering physically while having problems at home with his wife and kids. In his professional life, he was bitter after being passed over for the booking position that had been temporarily vacated by Pat Patterson. The Snake had already asked for his release, which had been denied, but showed up at the showcase of the Immortals intent on leaving the company one way or another. During a backstage meeting with Vince McMahon, Roberts demanded he be let go, otherwise he wouldn't go out and put The Undertaker over in their grudge match as scheduled. McMahon had no choice but to oblige, even if he wasn't thrilled with the circumstances, and Jake went and did the job on his way out the door. However, the manner in which he lost also caused controversy, as he changed the finish on the fly, taking a tombstone piledriver on the floor and then being rolled back into the ring, rather than being hit with a dead man's finisher in the ring itself. Number 7. Dead Man Down. WrestleMania 8 was only The Undertaker's second WrestleMania appearance, and unbeknownst to everyone at the time, his second victory of a winning streak that would swell to be 21-0. At WrestleMania 30, the streak came to a sudden and unexpected end at the hands of Brock Lesnar. The decision to break the streak was certainly a controversial, highly polarizing one, but the real-life health of Mark Calloway was of much more pressing concern than the outcome of a fictional fight.
The way they had it with the segment, you remember when Brock beat him with the streak and all that, on the next day on Raw, they had it on the screen like a farewell, like it made it seem like he was going to retire the next night. But he still had more in him, so he didn't retire until years later.
Early in the match, Taker got dumped on his head outside of the ring, giving him a severe concussion. He soldiered through the rest of the match, but collapsed when he got backstage. Naturally, everyone in the back
I did not know he collapsed backstage.
was worried about the locker room leader's condition, as he was rushed via ambulance to a local hospital. Vince McMahon and Lesnar were right behind him, making this the first and only time McMahon ever left Mania while the event was still in progress. Calloway, meanwhile, still has no memory of the match ever taking place. Convenient that, isn't it? The one
No memory at all from the match?
time he loses at Mania and he doesn't remember it? Sure you don't, mate. Number 6, Randy the Ram wants Y2J. For WrestleMania 25, the initial idea was that
Good movie, by the way. Y'all tell me if y'all like the movie The Wrestler. I think I know what this match he's about to go into. I think it was WrestleMania 25 with the Chris Jericho versus all the legends. But I think something happened backstage, and that's what he's about to get into.
Chris Jericho would square off with actor Mickey Rourke, who had been Oscar nominated for his performance as Randy the Ram Robinson in The Wrestler. Rourke rather hastily pulled out of the match though, which led to Jericho taking on legends Roddy Piper, Jimmy Snuka and Ricky Steamboat in a 3-on-1 handicap elimination bout. Rourke did make it to Houston in order to work a post-match angle with Y2J, even though they nearly got into it for real the night before. As Jericho tells it in his second autobiography, Mickey was mad at him for comments he had made during an appearance on Larry King Live months prior. Not only was he mad, but he believed, based on the nature of the comments, that Jericho or somebody on the roster was going to try and shoot on him. And that's why Rourke brought bodyguards, including former UFC fighter Frank Shamrock, with him as backup.
That one, like, he hopped over the barricade and all that.
Just in case things got out of hand. Of course, the whole thing was put to bed when Jericho informed him that his comments were made in character, and Rourke got to pretend punch him the next night. Number 5, A Tale of Two Blade Jobs. At the time of WrestleMania 8, WWE had a strict no-blood policy in place. And no, the company didn't make exceptions for the grandest stage of them all. Despite the ban being in effect, that didn't stop 2 matches on the card from featuring the red stuff. In the first, Bret Hart bled on his way to defeating Roddy Piper for the Intercontinental title, while in the second, Ric Flair got colour in the process of dropping the world title to Randy Savage. Both of
So what I'm hearing is WrestleMania 8, they didn't want no blading? I didn't know about that.
Man and the Nature Boy tried to convince WWE management that their blood came the hard way, i.e. unintentionally in the heat of battle. Bret and Piper were able to successfully con the top brass, who were satisfied that this was accidental after the 2 men had staged a mini-argument about the mistake in the locker room. Not so slick Rick, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky or subtle, and got an earful from an irate Vince McMahon when he got backstage. Not only that, but Flair and Savage were also fined $5,000 apiece for the indiscretion.
$5,000 a piece. I mean, that ain't much money, but down the drain over a conduct rule of bleeding? Well, blading, I mean, or whatever it's called. Because I'm guessing it wasn't intentional. Whether it was intentional or not, you weren't supposed to bleed, so they had to pay that fine.
Number 4, Brock drops the title. The main event of WrestleMania 34 was, if we're being kind, an unmitigated disaster. WWE had tried everything to get Roman Reigns cheered as he challenged Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, but their efforts had been for naught. Fans still booed the big dog out of the building, and worse, as the match wore on, it became readily apparent that those in the New Orleans Superdome really didn't care about seeing the two men wrestle and turned on the bout, chanting "boring" and "this is awful" as Roman kicked out of umpteen F5s. To cap the train wreck off, Reigns
Hold on. Wait. Let me clear. Hold on. He kicked out of 15 F5s. That's what I heard.
This unwanted hero that he may have been was just pummeled by Lesnar and pinned clean, ending the show on a real down note. Brock was certainly not happy with how things had turned out, and when he got to the gorilla position, threw his title
He was upset about that finish, I guess. I don't know what happened, really.
belt directly at Vince McMahon, who responded by calling him a naughty word. The whole thing was caught on camera and later shown in a WWE Network documentary. Lesnar didn't actually receive any punishment for his actions because, I mean, come on now. Number 3, the insurance policy. It was a minor miracle that Shawn Michaels even made it to WrestleMania 14 after suffering what was thought to be a career.
Yeah, this was like 1998 or something. Against Undertaker, and then years later, prior to that, he was WWF or WWE champion or whatever. And then he dropped it to Stone Cold. I think that's what he's about to talk about.
Ending back injury during his casket match with The Undertaker at the 1998 Royal Rumble. Physically and mentally, the Heartbreak Kid was not in the best place, and there was real concern that he may not do business and drop the world title to Steve Austin in the main event as planned. Michaels did gut it out and battle through extreme pain to put Stone Cold over in the middle of the ring, but the doubts were such that Taker himself was on hand to make sure that Shawn dropped the title one way or another. The Phenom later confirmed the story.
Alright, that was 10 infamous WWE WrestleMania backstage stories. Tell me what you guys want to see next in the comments down below. I got more videos coming. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, Uriah out. We just had to make it short today.